Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this AFK journey video. So pardon me, my hair looked a little bit messy because I actually logged into my test server account to just do my daily stuff, and here we are, right, with the release of Hodgkin. So as usual, in this video we're going to take a first look at this character's skills, do a one copy pull, and then showcase the character for you guys to see what he can do. Okay, so let's start with his skill kit. Running through the first skill, Ultimate Cannon Fire, fires a cannon at each enemy hero in sequence, dealing damage to the hit enemy and their adjacent enemies. Allies adjacent to the hit enemy will also take damage. If any unit is hit by the cannon more than twice, the damage from the subsequent hits is reduced to 20%. Hodgkin can fire at least 5 cannons with this skill, so increase in level increases the damage percentage. Okay, so pretty similar to the final fight skill showcase, where Hodgkin will leave his hand and then like a whole bunch of cannonball just fire on our side. So it's a single target skill which is able to fire 5 times and it's able to do AoE damage. Okay, this skill might be good for Dream Realm purposes if he does a lot of damage. We shall see what his other skills do first and then we analyze. So Phantom Respite, second skill, enters an ethereal state for 8 seconds, during which he is immune to physical damage and recovers HP per second. Passive, when Hodgkin casts Cannon Fire, he immediately enters the ethereal state for 4 seconds. Oh wow. Okay, so this is also part of the final battle. Immune to physical damage, insane. Oh wow. Could be really insane for PvP side, cause his ultimate, okay, depending on how often he can cast his ultimate, he's able, okay, so he has, this skill has an 18-second cooldown, initial cooldown 3 seconds, so can enter for 8 seconds, and then there's a 10-second downtime. When he casts Cannon Fire, he immediately enters the ethereal state. So I do think that this passive, right, overrides the cooldown, right, because it's a passive on its own. So if, let's say for example, when he casts Phantom Respite, he goes into this ethereal state for 8 seconds, immune to physical damage, and then he casts the Cannonball afterwards, Cannon Fire, the ultimate, gaining another 4 seconds. It's quite a long immunity period. I mean, provided it's only towards physical damage, and a lot of the strong PvP teams right now, they are magical centric, but still is a very good skill because he basically don't take damage during this period. So we shall see later on and see what he has to offer, but I do think this is crazy, by the way. Yeah, he goes into immunity and he recovers HP, so really good to be like this berserker type character. Now Rending Cliff deals damage to an enemy, to enemies within a 2-tile arc and steal energy from them. Yeah, so this is, yeah, pretty similar. His skill kit so far is pretty similar to the final fight. So this is a very anti-melee skill which deals damage and steal energy to them. So I don't think you are fielding any melee teams around this character, especially not melee assassin teams, maybe, right? Or melee physical teams. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty anti-assassin unit here because a lot of the assassin teams, they are melee centric, like Sylvina's melee, Nara's melee, okay, Vala's melee to a certain extent, but I think the main archetype is trying to counter is probably the melee assassin side, because if you are playing against the mage, then this skill is not as efficient, but this skill is insanely good against assassins, by the way. Most of the assassins are physical attackers right now. So Hero Focus increases attack upwards to 15% during battle and extra 10% during ethereal state. Okay, so he will always be in ethereal state when he casts the Cannonball ability, so his ultimate will always be buffed upwards to 25%. Now, the EX weapon. Hodgkin summons 2 dead-type warriors affected by void-bound magic around him when the battle begins, each inheriting 60% of his HP and 100% of his other stats. Okay, so less tankier version of himself. And can only launch normal attacks. When a unit affected by void-bound magic is defeated, they trigger an explosion that deals damage equals to 100% of his attack, plus an extra 10% of the defeated unit's max HP to the adjacent enemy. This extra damage cannot exceed 200% of Hodgkin's attack, and the targeted enemies also lose 200 energy. Okay, so it's a suicide dead side soldier, right? You want to throw the soldiers at the enemy and then cause them to explode, because not only you do damage to the enemy, you also cause them to lose energy. Very, very disruptive. Okay, increase in level increases the explosion damage. Applies void bound magic to any unit hit by cannon fire that does not already have it. The energy loss from this kind of explosion is reduced to 70%. Applies void bound magic to any unit hit by cannonball. Oh, it's like a... I was wondering what this level 3 skill means. Okay, it means that it's like a plague. So when you apply cannonball, when you use your ultimate, you hit the targets, right? They will have this void bound magic. So when these units are defeated by Hodgkin right here, right, this will trigger the explosion and energy loss on the allies. Okay, insane. Okay, seems like this is gonna be something to look forward to. This is definitely an upgrade to Zoo teams, man. Florbell instantly... Okay, but the thing is, you kind of want the units to die fast so that you trigger this debuff and damage. So pairing Hodgkin with Florbell might be a little bit questionable, because Florbell makes the summon even tankier, but in this case... Okay, I mean, you can use Florbell with Hodgkin and then make the bodies a lot tankier, maybe, because I don't think he resummons it. Yeah, there's no mention of resummoning. So yeah, I do think that still amazing with the Zoo combo there. Okay, reduces physical defense of enemies hit by the cannon by 15%, up to 2 stack for 10 seconds. Okay, so this is the debuff. Okay, insane anti-physical unit here, by the way. Okay, Hodgkin, Daddy Hodgkin right here. Let's take a look at the headwear as usual. Yeah, let me try the headwear first. Okay, as usual, my chibi headwear. Let's try it. Da-da-da! Okay, so this is the Hodgkin headwear, as you guys can see right here. Okay, so without further ado, right, we're gonna try to pull for 1 copy of him as usual, do some testing, and then, right, just give some like first thoughts. Okay, so I do believe that the core of this unit skill is in the EX weapon, and since we're only pulling for I can't believe it, guys. Oh my god, I'm getting all this 1 copy of the first 10 pull. Like, it was the same as the previous unit, Luca. So here we are, Daddy Hodgkin. Only power can overcome everything. Okay, so this is the OD Skalita one, the warrior-centric charms. Let's bring him up to the legend tier. Let's buy it. Okay, and then we're gonna playtest him with 1 copy. So we're gonna recycle all this, and let's see. Okay, so this is Hodgkin right here. Okay, so the EX weapon is a hook, the hook on his hands, and then the headwear, we already tested it. So looking at the base copy of this unit, okay, let's just try him out in the PvE side. I do have a Florbell, so we can actually test him out with Florbell, and my Florbell has an EX weapon, so doable. Not the strongest, but doable. So let's just give it a try and see how it goes. I do have a Mikola as well, which is pretty amazing with Zoo. So let's go with this one and then put in a Hodgkin here, for example. Okay, we'll go with Verdant Spell. Let's just take a look at how this fares. Okay. So, okay, he enters the Adero state, immune to physical damage. So when Brutus is spinning, when he's in the Adero state, he's not taking damage. Nice. Okay, so this guy might have potential against certain AFK stages that are physical damage by nature, because he's immune to physical damage, doesn't take damage there. Okay, and then his third skill deals damage and reduces energy. Okay, really good stuff there. So this is Cannonball, as you guys can see. So fires 5 Cannonball, and then I'll say it's a very small AoE, right? There's this indicator on the enemy. Okay, so I don't have the EX weapon up, so that's why we don't have the soldiers. But I think if we have the soldiers, then we will have a lot of bodies on the battlefield that will be able to benefit from Coco's shielding as well as Mikola's ultimate itself, right? Because those are all units that can be buffed up by those skills because they're all summons. Okay, so here we don't have, I'll say, like a big part of the kit, which is the EX weapon part. But from the looks of it, right, the Ethereal form is going to be quite game changer against certain PvP matchups. And obviously in AFK stages where you have this physical immunity is going to be especially useful for Hodgkin to be a tank. Or maybe even anti-melee. So yeah, this is definitely, I think I would say it's like a Zoo power up, because Zoo team in the current iteration, I'll say it's pretty okay, like it's doable against certain matchups, and we use Barrel as well as Florbell. So I think now, let's say if you don't have Barrel invested, because like Barrel is like a more expensive Celestial Hypergene character and we have so many better choices out there, then you can actually use Hodgkin together with Florbell. So that's what I think. Okay, so that is the AFK stage side. Let me just try him out for the Dream Realm side, because I don't think he's that good for Dream Realm, but you know, why not just give it a try. I think, oh wait, does he take no damage? Oh, but he's a magical attacker, unfortunately. Well, I'll just give it a try, no harm. So right here, we're just gonna put him together with my Lily May, put him to the test, and let's see how he goes. Okay, so I'm gonna also put him behind the energy one, see how much damage this unit can do. Okay. So this, we will try to like sort of benchmark him to a Supreme Plus Lily May here. Obviously the damage will lose out by a lot, because like number one, it's a one copy versus a Supreme Plus, and number two, the EX weapon. Number three, I think his kit is not like damage centric, right? So he is probably not going to hit as hard as Lily May. I'm just using this opportunity to check out his damage output to see whether there's a potential. But I do think there's a potential though, because he can actually summon like a unit, and he does get an attack buff, and his cannonball, it's 360% damage per ball, right? So he is five times. That's a lot of damage, a lot of damage. Let's take a look at the numbers. Okay, so yeah, his damage number is nowhere close. I don't think, yeah, I mean, even if he scaled to Supreme Plus, maybe a little bit better, maybe close to like Smokey's damage or maybe Foresto's damage. But yeah, see, one copy of him is lower damage than one copy of Foresto. So probably not a Dream Realm centric character, probably PvP. So I think in the next few days or like later on, I'll probably do some PvP runs after this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a first look at the character and a first impression based on my one copy testing right now. So stay tuned for more testing later on, and thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.